The Marvels. Ah, let's talk about it. Okay, so The Marvels, the newest MCU film, is now out on the big screen for you guys to go and check out right now. This is basically the sequel to Captain Marvel, mixed in with a bit of Miss Marvel as well, and a bit of Monica from WandaVision mixed into it. So, look, this is the newest one, and look, there's been a lot of stuff going around with mixed reactions to this movie. So, look, I'm a guy that goes in optimistic. I go into like every single film. There has been some films where I've looked at the trailers and gone, that doesn't look very good. And then I come out pleasantly surprised. Like Polite Society was one of them. I thought it was going to be absolutely dumb. Just horrible. But I absolutely loved it. So, look, I like the MCU. I do like the MCU. And coming off the back of Loki that I just watched as well and how incredible that was, I had hope that maybe the Marvels could be the movie that could deliver, the resurrection or whatever you want to call what the MCU, the state of it right now is. But could this be the movie that gets us all excited again? No, it's not. It's not. It definitely is not that. And yeah, there's multiple reasons why I did not like this film at all. Like, I tend to think as the MCU films as movies. Like, there's movies that I don't like, but I still can enjoy them. But this one was just one of those ones where I was just kind of like, right, don't think I'll ever watch that one again. And look, before anyone says it's not because it's female led. Look, my second favorite movie of all time is a female led movie in Aliens. I have no problem with female led movies at all. Like Terminator 2. Like, come on, people. There's some great movies out there that are female driven. And The Hunger Games. Like, we're talking about those type of movies. Like, they are there. It's got nothing to do with that because I love Brie Larson. I think she's fantastic. And you know what? I love, Camilla Khan. I love that character in Ms. Marvel. I just felt like they went away from it in the show. So I was excited to see her on screen again. But there's just so many problems with this movie. So many problems. And it all comes down to the big thing, which is the writing. The script of this movie is awful. I feel like they just didn't tell anyone about what was actually happening in the MCU. This one feels very much the most dejected one out of all of the MCU movies. This feels like it's in its own pocket universe. Because, one, Nick Fury is a completely different character from his counterpart in Secret Invasion. The guy just lost Maria Hill and Talos. And, now he's, all chirpy and jumping around and all happy and stuff like that. And it's kind of like, what's going on here? Why are you jumping for joy and stuff like that? Just what's going on? So he is completely out of character with that version, and I'm just kind of like, is this Mick Fury instead of Nick Fury? Because I don't feel like this is the same Nick Fury from Secret Invasion at all. I was just like, well, okay then, whatever. So he's out of character. There are so many things in here writing wise that don't make any sense. In the trailer, you see Monica Rambeau in a spacesuit. In a spacesuit. Well, guess what? She somehow magically has the ability to breathe in space now. Wow, can you believe that? How does that happen? How do you do that in one movie? She needs a spacesuit here. All of a sudden, she can breathe in space. Wow. Horrible writing. You just didn't even think about that at all. There's other stuff regarding what happens, the death of the villain in this movie. The writing for that is horrible because the way that she dies doesn't make any sense at all because of the next event that happens straight after that involving Ms. Marvel and Captain Marvel and Monica Rambeau. They do basically the same thing. And yet they could, Ms. Marvel can survive. We're talking bruh. This villain is a Kree. She's from the Kree, man. You remember that guy, Ronan, who was a Kree? And he had a staff. And he put the Power Stone, an Infinity Stone into it. And was able to wield it at will. We're talking that kind of level of a being. Bruh, man, we're talking that. And all of a sudden, the Kree can't handle this, but a human can handle this. Makes no freaking sense. It makes zero sense at all. And the villain is written awful. Absolutely awfully written. One of the worst villains in the Marvel Cinematic Universe. There's no backstory, no nothing. And I think what is one of the major problems with the characters in here, it feels like we're missing a movie. It feels like there's supposed to be a movie in between this movie. Like, where it is, like, there's supposed to be this whole conflict with Miss Marvel and the Kree, and it's kind of like just skipped over. Like, we don't see anything about it. It's all happened off screen. So you don't feel anything for the villain at all. You get like this quick little like, hey, this is what I'm planning to do because you did this. And it's kind of like, really? Like that's the whole thing? That's the whole gist of it? That's her motivation? And then don't even get me started on how she's trying to execute this plan. It makes zero sense how any of her plan actually was working. Like, especially the final bit. Like, what was she expecting was going to happen? Did she expected that to go through something that? Like, without spoiling anything, like, how... It just didn't make any sense. I was sitting there like, well, you're going to drain something like this way. It's never going to reform like that again. So, like, she didn't really think that through. She did not think that through at all. It made just fucking zero sense. Zero sense. Now, the chemistry between our three leads, between Captain Marvel, Monica, and Ms. Marvel, were really good. That was really good. That was the best part of this movie, was their chemistry and the way they would interact. And Miss Marvel, to me, was the best out of all of them in this movie. I really liked her, and I felt like she never broke the character mold that she was originally. And the fact that she met her hero and like how she was fangirling and everything like that just all felt authentic. And her family. Oh my god, man. I wish we just got a sitcom version of her coming to age with her powers, trying to learn like that with her family. Because that is the best part. Her family is awesome. I love that family and the dynamic. That, to me, is the best part. The rest of it is just awful. It really is. And it's down to the script. Like, because you have such talent in this movie, and the script is solely badly written. The musical thing that you're hearing about everyone's talk about did not need to be here at all, because it's like this thing like, oh, well, we can't have them speak a different language. Let's just, have them sing instead. And it's kind of like, really? And then you get to the end bit of it, and it's like, so we went through all that just to speak English at the end anyway? Like, what was the point of it? It made no sense. And it's awful. It really is. It's just like, this felt like a parody. It really felt like a parody. And I was just like, what is going on? The dialogue is awful as well throughout. Like, it's very disappointing. Like, this is just, it's not as bad as She-Hulk. It's not as bad as She-Hulk. She-Hulk is like a whole nother level. But it still is. It still is. And like, they never expand upon Monica getting her powers. Like, I just have to accept that she walked through the hex and got powers from walking through the hex. Like, come on, man. Like, that is the laziest piece of writing I've ever seen in my whole entire life. That makes no sense at all. And I'm just kind of like, ugh. Great. Great writing there. Brilliant. And then you have the whole dynamic with Captain Marvel, Monica. It is what it is. I was kind of like, it's the dumbest reason, man, why Captain Marvel never came back to say it. Dumbest reason. Like, really? Like, how they have managed to butcher a character that is played by Brie Larson, I will never know. I will never know. Like, Brie Larson is this world-class actress who is freaking phenomenal. And you're just giving her shit after shit. She can't turn shit to gold. No matter how much she polishes it, it's never going to turn to gold. But they keep doing it. And then the post-credit scene. Now, everyone has seen and stuff like that. The dumbest thing ever. It's just literally there to be like, hey, guys, look at this. You remember these guys? Dumb. And the CGI for that was awful. Like, bruv, are you fucking serious, man? Are you serious? CGI. It's just stupid. And, like, it's very bad. It's very bad. People that said that Ant-Man Quantumania is worse than this movie, no chance. No chance. I would much rather watch Ant-Man Quantumania 150 million times over before I watch this movie again. This was just awful. And it has nothing to do with the female lead. It's just a badly written movie that's executed poorly. And like, the villain staff is somehow stronger than what Ronan had in Guardians of the Galaxy with the Power Stone. Like, come on, man. None of it makes any sense. Basically, Captain Marvel was slapping Thanos up. Thanos needed to use the Infinity Stones to get her away from him. And now this chick is taking Captain Marvel and two others on one, like at the same time. Like just beating the living crap. It's like, come on, man. We're talking about fucking Thanos here, and you've made it like Thanos couldn't handle Captain Marvel. All of a sudden, this random Kree person who's infinitely more powerful can beat her up. Like, it just makes zero sense. So, for me, did not like it at all. Let me know what you guys thought. Maybe some of you guys loved it, and that's awesome. I'm glad you guys loved it. For me, I just think it's one of the worst written, the second worst written story and just movie, TV show in the whole MCU. And it's not one that I'm going to rewatch again. So, let me know what you guys thought. Smash that like button, click subscribe, and I'll see you guys next video. Until then, stay safe. Peace out.